You asked us a question, and we could not ignore it. Tens of thousands of you flooded our comments after our last investigation, and every message said the same thing. If everything is designed to fail, if every brand has sold out, if every warranty is a lie buried in fine print, then what do we actually buy? Today we answer that. This is the white list. 5 brands that have refused to participate in the disposable economy. They are not trendy. They do not have Super Bowl commercials. But they share one thing in common. They will still be working long after the cheap version is in a landfill. Before we get into the list, you need to understand what you are actually fighting against. The average American throws away close to 70 pounds of clothing every year. The average washing machine lasts less than 10 years now, compared to more than 20 in the 1980s. This is not an accident. Engineers call it planned obsolescence. Corporations call it a revenue model. And the moment you understand that you are the product of that system, the moment you realize your purchases are funding the very cycle that keeps you broke, everything changes. There are brands that opted out. Here they are. Number 1, the multi-tool in your pocket. In 1975, a mechanical engineer named Tim Leatherman was driving through Europe in a $300 Fiat that kept breaking down. He had a pocket knife. It was useless. He kept wishing he had a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, something that could actually fix things. So he went home and spent 7 years in his basement developing a prototype. He was rejected by every major tool company in America. In 1983, he finally sold the first tool. Today, more than 128 million Leatherman multi-tools have been sold across 80 countries, and every single one of them is still made by hand in Portland, Oregon. The reason Leatherman makes this list is not the brand, it is the warranty. Tim Leatherman himself designed the 25-year coverage because he said it was long enough to prove the company stands behind the product, but short enough to show they are serious. You do not offer a 25-year warranty on a product you expect to break. That is a financial suicide pact for a company that does not trust its own engineering. And the engineering is extraordinary. No circuit boards, no batteries, no software update that kills the device in year 3. It is aircraft-grade stainless steel, machined to tolerances tighter than most surgical tools. If Tim Leatherman built it, it will outlast the truck you carry it in. Number 2, the sock you have been ignoring. This will sound absurd, but bear with us. In Northfield, Vermont, there is a mill that has been running for decades. In 2004, a brand called Darn Tough moved into that mill and made one promise. If these socks ever wear out, we will replace them for free. No questions, no receipt, no time limit. Just mail back what is left of the sock, even if it is mostly a hole, and they send you a new pair. They have made this promise for 20 years. They are still in business. That means the socks rarely fail. Here is why. A standard department store sock contains roughly 400 to 500 knit stitches per square inch. A Darn Tough sock contains up to 1,441 stitches per square inch. The fabric is so tight, so dense, that the fibers have almost nowhere to migrate. The heel does not thin out. The toe does not wear through. Hikers have worn a single pair for more than 2,000 miles on the Appalachian Trail without holes. A pair of Darn Tough socks costs around $25. The average person buys new socks 3 or 4 times a year. Do the math over a decade. The expensive sock is the cheap one. Number 3, the bag that survived a gold rush. In 1987, a man named C.C. Filson opened a shop in Seattle called the Pioneer Alaska Clothing and Blanket Manufacturers. Tens of thousands of men were flooding north toward the Klondike, chasing gold in one of the most brutal environments on Earth. They needed gear that would not fail them. Filson built it. More than a century later, that same company is still building bags in Seattle with the same lifetime guarantee it has had since the beginning. If your product fails in the course of its intended use, they repair or replace it. No questions, no asterisks. Filson is one of only 3 businesses still operating that date back to the Gold Rush era. Their flagship Seattle store is built on top of their manufacturing floor. You can walk in, buy a bag, and watch the same craftsman who built it working 30 feet below you. That is accountability you cannot fake. The materials are waxed canvas and vegetable tanned leather. The seams are reinforced at every stress point. A well-worn Filson bag does not look old. It looks earned. People sell them used for more than they paid new because the patina of a decade of use actually adds value. That is not a product, that is an heirloom. Number 4, the blender your grandmother would have recognized. In 1960, a woman in Rhode Island bought a Vitamix blender. 62 years later, she was still using it. Still the same machine. The only thing she ever replaced was a single rubber seal. That story is not a marketing invention. It is a customer testimonial sitting on Vitamix's own website. And they would never put it there if they could not back it up. Vitamix has been making blenders in Ohio since the 1940s. They use aircraft-grade stainless steel blades, not the stamped aluminum you find in an $80 blender from a big box store. The motor is over-engineered so deliberately that the company offers up to a 10-year warranty with 2-way covered shipping on every repair. And yet, fewer than 2% of Vitamix blenders are ever sent in for repairs. Read that again, 2%. That is not a warranty program. That is a company so confident in its own engineering that the warranty is almost purely symbolic. When you buy a Vitamix, you are not buying a blender for this year. You are buying one you will eventually pass down. Number 5, the jacket with an ironclad promise. In 1973, a climber named Yvon Chouinard started a company to make better outdoor gear. He called it Patagonia. The original philosophy was radical, and it still is. They do not want you to buy more than you need. They will repair anything they make for as long as you own it, with no time limit and no fine print. They call it the ironclad guarantee. You can return a jacket you have worn for 15 years and they will fix it. If they cannot fix it, they will replace it. If they cannot replace it, they will refund it. This is not charity, it is engineering confidence. Patagonia repairs around 40,000 items per year through their Worn Wear program. They have a fleet of mobile repair trucks that travel across the country specifically to fix customer gear. No other apparel brand in the world does this. They do it because the alternative, telling people their jacket that costs $300 is now worthless after 3 years, would destroy everything they built. The jacket is not the product. The trust is. And that trust has compounded for more than 50 years. Here is the verdict on all 5. A Leatherman in your pocket, darn tough socks on your feet, a Filson bag on your shoulder, a Vitamix on your counter, a Patagonia on your back. That is not a shopping list. That is a declaration. Every time you buy something built to be repaired, you are telling the corporations that you refuse to rent your own life back from them at a markup. The most expensive product you will ever buy is the one you have to keep replacing. The cheap version is always the one that lasts. The disposable economy runs on your compliance. These 5 brands bet their entire business on the opposite model, and they are still standing. So the question is not whether you can afford to buy quality. The question is whether you can afford not to. If you want more investigations like this one, hit subscribe. We are just getting started.